This is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of The Prologue, a poem by Bradstreet. In this poem, Anne talks about herself, so we can say this is a subjective poem, and here she proclaims herself as an uprising author in the field of English literature. She says that she is a woman and she may be even too meager a mind to write about government, history, military, conflict, or royalty. She suggests that this should be left only to poets and historians, that is meant. That is, she is saying that only because she is a woman, people expect her not to write about a government or history or military conflict or royalty, because according to them, only poets and historians, that is, only men can write about all that, and women's mind is very, very small that they will not be able to write about it. And she says when she reads the works of Gulame de Bardasa, who is a 16th century French poet, she says she really is jealous about his ability to compose poetry and also the way his lauded stature is. And she also wishes that the Greek muses had given us some of his talent. Bartas and the other male poets are always given a leeway to write what they wish. That is, she says that men can write whatever they want, people allow it. But the female poet must play to her smaller skill set, meaning she should not write about the higher order things. They think that women don't know all that. And so she compares her work to a boy learning or to a broken instrument being played. And she says that she only has a craft that her blemished muse has given us. We all know that muse is the goddess who blesses the writers to complete their work in writing. And she also admits that she doesn't have the perseverance of the Greek orator Demosthenes, who was able to overcome a speech impediment to achieve eloquence. That is, in the beginning, he was not able to speak, but through training, he practiced so well, and by God's grace, that is what they say, he became such an eloquent writer. And she resents those who say that she should stick to sewing and other household chores because she is a woman. They don't want her to write. The only reason is she is a woman. And if she were to write successful poems, they'll immediately say that it was either accidental or she had copied from someone, that is plagiarized, since they all think that women could not write poetry of a high caliber. And she argues that the Greeks obviously respected women. That is why they have created 9 goddesses, that is the muses, who protected and inspired the arts. That is, in Greek, it was the women goddesses who were the protectors of the art. That was a great place the Greek had given for women. And she acknowledges that her contemporary critics will see the Greeks as liars. So she says, if I am going to say this, immediately others, the critics who are reading my work, will say that Greeks are liars and they will not agree to this. And so now she asks at least a tiny bit of approval and appreciation for her work. And at the end, she pleads with poets, who, that is the past and the present, to give her, if not the highest praise, at least some recognition, as to her small verses could make theirs even greater by comparison. Now let's read the poem. To sing of wars, of captains and of kings, of cities founded, commonwealths begun, for my mean pen are two superior things. So she says, for my pen, because I am a woman, I am writing it. And here my pen means her writings. She says all these things are very great for my level because I am a woman. Or how they all or each their dates have run, let poets and historians set these forth. And what they will say, let the poets and historians, that is, she does not come under the category of poet, even if she is going to write poems. So she says they will say, let poets and historians do it. And what she says is, by saying by poets and historians, they mean men. Let men write about all that. My obscure lines shall not so dim their worth. Because if I write about all that, all these content will not have the real value it has to have. It will be as though I am bringing down their worth. But when my wandering eyes and envious heart, great Bartes sugared lines do but read over, fool, I do grudge the muses did not part, twist him and me that overfluent store. A Bartes can do what a Bartes will, but simple I according to my skill. So she says, when I'm reading great Bartes, I really think about the muse who has given me the talent to write. Because, see, Bartas can write what he wants to write. But I am a woman, I am a very simple person, and they expect me to write only according to what a woman can write. And they say that is only your skill. From schoolboy's tongue, no rhetoric we expect. See, when a schoolboy will not, we cannot expect a schoolboy to write a rhetoric, nor yet a sweet concert from broken strings. From a broken instrument, we cannot expect a great concert, nor perfect beauty where is a main defect. Same way, if there is a main defect, we will not be able to find beauty in it. That is perfect beauty in it. My foolish, broken, blemished muse so sings, and this too meant, alas, no art is able. Because all this she says, the muse, that is a goddess who blesses them to write, she has blessed her to write the greatest poems. But here people will not accept it. And all the reason is, I am a woman. Cause nature made it so irreparable. Because now I'm a woman. And that is what nature has created. Now that cannot be changed. So people will not change their mind. They will expect only a woman's work from me. Nor can I, like the fluent, sweet-tongued Greek, who lisped at first, in future times speak plain. So he says, I am not like that Greek who was not able to speak at first, not even able to speak a plain word. But art he gladly found what he did seek, a full requital of his striving pain. Art can do much, but this maxim's most sure. But God had gifted him and his art. Through practice, he was able to become an eloquent speaker. A weak or wounded brain admits no cure. I am obnoxious to each carping tongue, who says my hand a needle better fits. See, she says each tongue which is actually critiquing my work always say that you are a woman, so why don't you take a needle and sew? That is what most women do. A poet's pen, all scorn, I should thus wrong. For such despite they cast on female wits. Wits here means intelligence. Because that is what they think about females' knowledge, their wisdom. They think that writing poem is it's not for women. If what I do prove well, it won't advance. They'll say it is stolen or else it was by chance. And if I write a poem and if it is really great, then what they will say is either I have stolen it from someone else or maybe it is only by chance I got it. I was able to write such a one. They will never accept that it is because of my wits, that is my intelligence. But sure the antique Greeks were far more mild. Else of our sex, why feigned they those nine and Posey made Caleb's own child? She says definitely the Greeks are far much better. That is why they have made that 9 muses. So amongst the rest they place the arts divine, but this week not, they will full soon untie. The Greeks did not but play the fools and lie. Now she says that is why for arts the goddesses were all women. That is only goddesses are there to save the art. But if I am going to say that here, they will always say the Greeks were liars. They were telling lies. Let Greeks be Greeks and women what they are. Men have precedency and still excel. So she says, let the Greek be Greek and let women be what they are. Because we know that only men have been given the importance and still they excel. It is but vain unjustly to wage war. So it is only a waste to go and fight with everyone. Men can do best and women know it well. See, if men, definitely they can do the best. Women also know it. Preeminence in all and each is yours, yet grant some small acknowledgement of us. So she says, I agree. Preeminence is always there for men. But of course, please give us also a small acknowledgement for what we are writing. Kindly acknowledge us. Don't just reject our work because we are women. It is a work of a woman. Oh, and oh, if high-flown quills that soar the skies, and ever with your prey still catch your praise. If ever you deign these lowly lines your eyes, give time or parsley wreath, I ask no base. She says, even a small quill will fly high in the sky. And when you see that, you will praise that also. It is a bird. Even the bird is getting a praise. And in your eyes, if you are able to see my poems, I'm not asking you to praise it to the level of base, but at least acknowledge it. This mean and unrefined ore of mine will make your glistening gold, but more to shine. Because my work, definitely, it will only make more to shine. My work is worthy. It is worthy as the other poets. Kindly acknowledge it. I do not great praise what praise you're giving to other great poets, but at least a small acknowledgement, a small compliment is what I'm expecting from you. This is what she says in this poem. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.